Hey, how's it going? Quick check-in for tonight. It's a bit of a late one for me. I'm feeling pretty good actually. Feeling pretty energized today. Lots of productive stuff. Got a couple of blogs written, an email, kind of taken apart my thought processes at the weekend. In fact, it was a bit of a weird one. I seem to have taken to writing strange emails and articles recently. Maybe I'm kind of oversharing. But I talked a little bit about some of the processes I had behind, kind of the thought processes behind going from very little running to running a 40-mile ultra marathon and actually feeling pretty good, especially afterwards and recovering fast. And one of the things I talked about was the concept of time. And this is where it started getting a little bit weird, so I won't go into it in too much detail here. But basically, time, I was sort of thinking of this as I was going around the course. Think of time as it exists. Of course, it exists, but actually, it's our perception of time that really counts. So your perception of time will be different if you're engrossed in a really good book compared with if you're stuck in a traffic jam. And so, as I was running, I was trying to sort of play with this concept of time, the perception of time. I swear that, along with a few other things, had a big impact on how I was able to keep going seemingly effortlessly, at least for the first 30 miles, which was kind of the quote unquote effortless bit. It wasn't quite effortless, but relatively speaking, it was. And obviously a few other things, and actually all of the things that I talked about in my talk, my mindset presentation on the Friday night, I put those things into place as well. So anyway, I wrote about that today. It's good to unpack those things. That's kind of a big part of what I do. I have an experience, I do something like that, and I unpack it, and I come up with lessons that I then try to share, and that's what I've been doing today. There've been a few kind of bits of movement actually. I can't remember. Yes, there was. I can't remember if I mentioned this actually in a previous video, but I had an email from somebody who was inquiring about me comparing. In fact, I'm sure I did talk about this. Anyway, inquiring about me comparing at an event, at a charity night walk event. And got back to them. I wasn't really expecting anything because I've had things like that before. It's like, oh, actually, no, we thought we might do it for free. So I kind of gave them my quote, and they came back today and said, we've been to the, because they're a PR company, so we've been to the client, and they can't quite match it, but they can do this amount, which wasn't too far off. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Now I've got to be thinking, actually, I've compared events before, and I've emceed events. I emceed Momentum earlier this year, for example, but I need to find out a little bit more about it before I accept, and also I have to find out. There's a possibility of speaking at a conference that same weekend. It's in July, so I've got a couple of things to find out before I accept it or decline it. But that was really positive. I was pleased with that. So looks like there'll definitely be something happening in July. 3 things possible, 1 thing definite. Hopefully this week as well. There's lots of things. I'm kind of juggling a lot of balls or keeping a lot of irons very hot at the moment. Sort of maybe half a dozen, 7 or 8. In fact, tomorrow I need to spend an hour sitting down and getting all these things together, so I don't let anything slip through the cracks in terms of following up. Because I've got some really good opportunities coming up, but this has happened before and things have kind of got left unless I keep pushing. So some good progress today, and I'll be back in again tomorrow with another check-in. Bye for now.